Joining us now, national trial attorney Michael Jafer. Michael, thanks so much for being on with us. So we've got a private investigator for the defense, and you heard there at the end that question about his fees, $1,600 an hour fee, $10,000 retainer. How do juries look at costs so when it comes to someone getting paid what could be substantial to these jurors in terms of the fee? It always seems to come out at the end, but do you think it has any impact, or do jurors understand that things are going to cost money?
Yeah, it always has an impact. So obviously jurors weigh credibility, they weigh right and wrong, they weigh the credibility of various witnesses, and as a human being, you're always going to look at somebody who's a hired gun with somewhat of a grain of salt. Not entirely, right? Like the subject matter that they're testifying to still matters a lot. But you're going to look at a hired gun differently than somebody who's, like, let's say, a witness who had an excited utterance and was subpoenaed to court, and they were there at the scene of the crime. Those are the real witnesses. Those are the witnesses that really sway juries when they're available. In this case, obviously, they're not available. But a hired gun, you're always going to look at kind of with a grain of salt. It's kind of like what you would do with the state examiners. In this case, obviously, he had an excellent expert, which is the state's examiner, was before this expert, obviously. But this expert here, came off a little bit tame, and, he's paid to go up there. So it has some weight, but it's not a ton.